Imagine a young man, part Choctaw, grinning back at his pursuers like a young Charlton Heston, then vanishing into the Texas twilight on a stolen horse. This is the legend of Charles Brogdon. Fast forward 20 years, and Brogdon is almost gaunt, his cheeks sunken and creased. He's now working for the Texas Department of Corrections, punching milk cows. While in prison, Brogdon was stabbed 45 times by another inmate. It took a year for his lungs and liver to heal. Despite his injuries, he rode bulls and saddle broncs well enough to finish second in the prison rodeo at Huntsville at the age of 39. Now, he's in a minimum security unit west of Houston, due for release in November. No guns, no dogs, no fences, no electric locking gates. Brogdon spends his time fiddling in the saddle shop when he's not working cattle. Except for his prison whites, he looks like any other ranch hand. His warden is a proper but pleasant black man, and the warden's office neighbor is a representative of the Texas Employment Commission. In a few months, Brogdon will be just another ex-con facing the intimidating prospect of freedom, trying to forget the wife that divorced him the second time he was sent up. But Brogdon is different. At 19, he pulled a stunt in the hill country that has become legendary. The old-timers around Kerrville, Medina, and Bandera remember him, and newcomers hear about him as soon as they arrive. His story has passed into the second generation, and it gets better all the time. Well, I heard he did it on a dare. Brogdon was born in San Antonio but grew up in the valley outside of Mission. His half-Indian mother died when he was 5. His father was away much of the time, peddling livestock pills to feed stores. Brogdon got into juvenile trouble early. At 15, he landed his first ranch job. In the spring of 1953, he was working for a German rancher near Fredericksburg when he went off into the woods alone. "I was sorta tired of things," he says now. "I wanted some solitude." But during his hermitage, he was wanted in connection with 40 residential burglaries, 6 cut fences, 2 stolen horses, and 1 stolen Jeep. He killed a deer or wild turkey for food occasionally, but he also broke into homes, raided the pantry, washed his dishes, showered, and slept on a mattress. The law officers in the area let things slide for a while, but then they decided enough was enough and approached Bob Snow, the best on-foot tracker. Snow refused to participate, citing his wife's health and not wanting to kill a white man. With Snow out, the Texas Rangers were called in. L.H. Purvis organized a posse of around 100 men, horses, dogs, and Piper Cub pilots. For a week, Brogdon led them on a wild, circular chase through the hills, breaking into houses, fixing himself something to eat, and leaving provocative notes. One note read, "The Seymour kid sees more and does less. I hear the Rangers coming and I'll have to go play hide and seek." On April 4th, officers surprised Brogdon in a house. He ran out shooting, killing 3 bloodhounds. Brogdon head-shot 3 of them with a borrowed .22 pistol, a feat of marksmanship not lost upon his trackers. The posse thought they had him trapped, but Brogdon escaped, leaving more notes and tormenting the bloodhounds with trails of black pepper. He finally got tired of it, checked into a hotel in Rock Springs, signed the register Charles Brogdon, and went upstairs to sleep. A 12-year-old boy alerted the sheriff, who waited for reinforcements and ended the kid's reign of terror. In jail, Brogdon told officers if he had wanted to kill anybody, he could have done so a dozen times. Brogdon got 5 years in prison for his misdeeds. He finished second in prison rodeo standings for the first time in 1955. He returned to Kerrville after 32 months and ran into Purvis at a rodeo. Purvis offered to get him a job at the Y.O. Brogdon worked at the Y.O. for 6 months, often hanging out at a beer joint owned by W.L. King and his wife Emma. As Brogdon faces freedom again, we hope he stays out of trouble. But if he does go on another tear, they'd better not let him get to the forest. There's just no catching him.